And good morning from Scotty Ray and Candace. Today is Tuesday, right?
It is. It is.
January the 5th.
Yeah, my little one went back to school today.
Oh.
So that kind of gets me back on a normal schedule. At least I'm not running late.
Now, Lamar's back in. Also, I think county school's back in now?
No, my son goes to West Lauderdale, so my older son, and he goes back tomorrow.
Okay. So things will pretty much, and then our next holiday will be Martin Luther, Robert E. Lee Day, something officially closes, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so.
Then we got to wait to Valentine's Day, and you don't get a day off for that.
I know.
President's Day. Wait a minute, I forgot about that.
Yeah, do we get off for President's Day?
We used to, I thought.
Yeah, we used to have some days off, and then they changed it. And so I don't know. I have to look at a schedule now. And I'm gonna tell you what. Like yesterday, we had a soccer game. My oldest son had a soccer game last night. Actually, he's got like 4 this week, so it's gonna be a busy week. But we found out like at the last minute that it was senior night last night because we were thinking it was Thursday night. So you have never seen somebody scrambling like we were scrambling last night trying to get stuff because they usually get them balloons and candy or something, to give them. Well, I didn't have any of that. So I'm calling the pig going, let me have some balloons.
Wait a minute. Now, because I'm at a loss here. I don't really know what you're talking about because I don't think they did that.
Well, they just recognize the seniors that are on the team at a certain night.
Okay.
And we had this senior night planned for a while back, but the team we were playing that night had a lot of the players had COVID, so they had to cancel or something, so we didn't get to have it. So they had rescheduled it, and we were all thinking it was, the boy parents were thinking it was Thursday night. Turned out it was last night.
And I guess the reason I don't know all this is Dylan didn't, I guess it was Little League since the last time. He didn't play high school sports of any sort.
Yeah.
So.
Well, they do that. I think they do it for football too. They just designate a certain night.
Okay.
And they do it between the games or something. And they just walk out, call their name, tell them what their accomplishments are and what their plans are for the future, and But anyway, it was nice.
Let's see. When I graduated, the only thing I got was the Attitude Award.
Oh,
and
really?
I didn't. I wasn't real big on that other stuff. I didn't get a lot of awards for this, that, and the other, but I did get that. They told me I could smile.
Yeah. Well, my son wrote his own accomplishments.
Yeah.
And so he wrote everything down himself. So he put making it this far.
There you go.
Yeah. We are proud of him for making it that far, But he is joining the Air National Guard, so
good. That'll do him some good.
He gets sworn in next Wednesday.
Basic training, I guess.
Yeah, he'll have to go off to basic training.
Yeah, I hear that ain't no fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
But truthfully, it would probably be great for every American boy to go off to that to learn a little respect of what goes on.
Well, women too.
Yeah.
I wish I'd have done something like that. I wish I would have. Because I think it's a great thing.
It's not too late. Your husband could put you in 6 weeks of training.
Yeah, I think 46 years old, I don't think they'd welcome me in too much.
Walking upstairs gets me nowadays, so I ain't going to go to pointing fingers at nobody.
I can't see me climbing a wall or anything.
No. And people that are into, what's that sport where they roll around and play with tires and stuff?
Oh, yeah, the CrossFit.
Yeah, more power to y'all. I ain't joining you.
Yeah.
I hope you have fun. Well, let's look at some record lows and record highs of what went on this date. Let's see. It was 1950. The high temperature was 74, a low of 11 degrees back in 99. And for the life of me, I don't remember that.
I don't remember 11. I do remember 17 degrees several years back and it was for several days because our pond froze over halfway through it.
And I brought this up, and I guess it was years before. Prince had that song, what was it, 1999? It was prior to 99 coming out, wasn't it?
I'm sure, probably so. I can't remember, but I do remember the song.
Little Red Corvette, I remember those too.
Yeah, we used to listen to all those.
Your best deer feeding times of the day was this morning from 6:30 until 8:30. It just ended. Your next time is going to be after dark. I'm not saying don't go hunting, but if you miss the morning hunt, the best time is over. If it's your only time to hunt, go ahead and go. Now, this is what is out there, and let's talk about snow because we don't get to say the S word much in Mississippi, do we?
No, we don't.
And again, this is a minute chance. It is a 40% chance of snow on Sunday night, rain mixed with snow, and a 30% early Monday morning. Doesn't mean it's going to snow. It's just in the forecast and a possibility. Now, we're still 4 to 5 days out from this, and it could be taken out of the forecast. So some Euro models are saying yay. The one that they normally go by goes,
Yeah.
So don't bet the farm on it just yet.
Let's hope we get a little bit of snow.
But
you know, it could increase too.
It could.
You never know. You never know.
It does make you feel good, bring a smile to your face to think that we may get some of it.
I know. I'm excited about it. Sometimes I'm like, oh, please don't let it snow. I got it. Because I have to go to work regardless, okay? I mean,
right.
I usually have to just drive in and get to work. But
Debbie just spoke up. She is alive and doing well, and she says, I made a mistake. It's a fleur.
a fleur.
That
That's
that
about
is
right,
true.
isn't it, Davey?
Here in Mississippi.
That's about right.
A fleur to the rescue. Now, I saw this in the news, and it caught my eye, and I don't have much more details other than the headlines of this. And let's go over here and look at these headlines of what we've got here. In Billings, Montana, and that's a long ways off from us, very cold there. A couple found a man that had been shot in their front yard. They called an ambulance. He was rushed to the hospital. He is 39. He's 39 years old. He's from Mississippi. He has now died. They have not given any more details other than that, and that's from KTVQ there in Billings, Montana. No name, no picture, no nothing, but it's murder. They're investigating this as a homicide. So that's
awful. So
yeah.
much awful thing. I mean, so many awful things are happening all over this country, and I mean that's horrible.
Now we've got elections today in Georgia. Is that right?
It's the big day. It's the big day.
Since I hadn't watched Fox News in quite some time, I missed the entire rallies last night. I've tuned them out.
Well, we watched a little bit of the Trump rally, but it was so late and I listened to a little bit of it and then
Same old
turned it
same.
off. Yeah, I just turned it off. But yeah, today's the big day, and you know, I'm sure we won't know anything today. I don't think because there's
Unless they've learned to count.
Yeah, there's going to be so many objections. I think to the certification stuff, and they've got to, like we said yesterday, they've got to spend 2 hours on each thing. So I don't know. But
it all lies in the hands of
anything.
Georgia as to how the Senate is going to fall, and it's going to be close, without a doubt. And we'll get more into politics here in just a little while about our views, your views, what people are thinking nationwide. That's all going across.
Well, I think I just made a mistake. So that is tomorrow. All that certification stuff. That's tomorrow.
Yeah.
The Georgia election thing is today. Yes, that is but it's the big day for that. So you probably will, I guess, know something about that today.
Well, that's all depends on if they can
Right.
count. Now they couldn't count during the presidential thing quick.
Yeah, let's hope they have a big turnout for Republicans, though, because I think they've already had a huge mail-in. Imagine that mail-in thing for Democrats. So anyway,
American, what do you think about this? And especially Mississippi, Alabama, the folks that are close to us that watch us every day. This is. Let me pull this up here to where we can look at this. This is from the Senate. And this is supposed to be a preacher. And I don't know if you've heard this yet, but let's play it. This is listed on YouTube. You can go up and listen to the entire thing. But I've got it started here toward the end. Let me blow this up where you can actually see it a little bit better and hear what this guy does.
We ask it in the name of the monotheistic God, Brahma, and God known by many names, by many different faiths. A man and a woman.
Okay. Everybody hear that?
Mm-hmm. It's ridiculous because amen has nothing to do with a gender thing. Okay?
No.
It doesn't. It's supposed to be like saying, God is the Almighty. You end everything in prayer, saying amen. Amen is a confirmation. It is so. You know what I'm saying? It's not has anything to do with. And so that's just like a slap in the face to God. I'm sorry. And anybody who is a religious person, a Christian person, I mean,
it blows me away.
It's crazy. Okay. And really the big thing is, and last night I was watching and they were saying that now you're not supposed to be allowed to say man, woman, you're like offending people who want everything to be gender neutral. This is ridiculous. Sorry. It's so crazy because you can't say grandmother, you can't say aunt, uncle, cousin. I mean, it's crazy. You're supposed to say them or themselves. They're changing everything, and
So where does that line go to where America goes, nope, I've had enough of you people. I'm done
tired.
with you.
I'm tired of all this gender neutral offend you. If if you're born, and I'm fixing to step on a lot of toes. I really, and I don't care. I'm sorry.
Where you going?
And this might not be everybody's belief, but if you're born a man or you're born a woman, that is your genetic makeup. I don't care if you cut it off, tuck it in, dress it up, dress it down. You're a man or you're a woman. I'm sorry.
Tell them, sister.
That's just the way I feel about it.
Yeah. And
I'm not trying to be ugly. I'm just stating a fact. I don't care what you dress up like or say you are, or I'm if you're a man, I'm gonna call you a man.
There you go.
I'm sorry.
But changing the way we speak, is America really going to be fed up with it and stop it? So many people just turn the other cheek and go, oh, well, that doesn't affect me. And you keep walking. When do you stop and go, wait a minute, I want my grandkids, I want my kids to be able to have the same America I had. I don't think there was anything wrong with America the way it was.
There wasn't anything wrong. I mean, and to me, all the values and the morals that we grew up on, and not all of them were great, I'm sure, but still. Oh,
it's a work in progress.
Right. And I want my kids to grow up like that, and that's how I'm going to raise them, or I have raised them, and I'm going to continue to, and I'm going to instill that in my grandchildren if I'm still around to do. But if I offend people, so be it. I'm sorry. That's how I mean. You've got to, if you believe in something, you got to take a stand on it. And all these other people that believe they're a man, if they were born a woman, if you want to take a stand on that, that's fine. But I'm going to call a spade a spade. I'm sorry, I'm going to call it as
go
I
ahead.
see it.
That's how Candace feels on the
subject.
subject.
That's how I feel about it.
But that was happening yesterday in the House of Representatives. Oh, boy, oh, boy.
Yeah, and they're not going to stop there.
No.
It's going to be like a snowball that's going to keep on going.
There's more coming. We'll get into some more politics here in just a little while. Now, as a mom, and you see this a lot on Facebook, people that get on and they do makeup. And I guess with what you do with hair, you see a lot of that because people getting married, somebody does their makeup, somebody does their hair.
Yeah.
A mom come home, and you brought up a good point on this. Let's pull this up. A makeup artist says that she was left heartbroken after her kids destroyed hundreds, if not thousands of dollars worth of makeup. And you go down and you take a look at the pictures of what went on to her. And, here's a video from TikTok she posted. But they destroyed all of her makeup products, and then the video just keeps going, and it shows all of that smeared all over the bathroom. And then you asked me the question.
And I was like, well, who was watching the kids? Like, were the kids home by themselves? And, were they, to me, a kid, a little bitty kid might squirt out a bunch of stuff, but somebody that's older wouldn't do all that kind of damage, I wouldn't think. And I think that's a lot for even a little kid to do. I mean, that looks like maybe they had a little help. I don't know.
Something was going on there.
Yeah.
But she went on and to say into the video, she now understands if you spare the rod is the way the news article ended. Yeah. And that is true. And it's the same thing with adults. If you all these states that pass these laws that where if you break in and you steal something and it doesn't surpass $5,000, there's no charge.
Right.
Hello. We got trouble coming.
Yeah. I do believe you need to make your kids mind. I mean, obviously, and if they don't, they need to have a consequence.
Yeah. Because if there's never a line drawn,
right? There's a fly in here.
It's a fly.
It just landed on my shoulder. Look, y'all been calling me Mike Pence. It's gonna land on my head.
We'll just call him Fred. Fred the Fly. As we talk about things that are going on, the Lauderdale County Farm Supply, if you haven't been in a while, visit the Farm Supply. It's been there since 1932. They'll certainly help you in anything. They've got Fish Day coming up on February the 5th. If you need to stock your ponds, get them all ready, or your lake, they've got that. Call them. They'll get you set up with that. And, of course, T-shirts and galore. If you need, they've got some discounts going on right now. If you need a warm jacket, if you need a Carhartt, anything good, thick, they've got that along with bib overalls, and also pocket knives, whatever thing. That's one of the handiest things that you use several times a day is a pocket knife.
I don't have one of those.
We got to get you one because you got to open something at some point.
I don't even have pockets in my jeans that I use, really. I don't use my jean pockets.
And the backup is your key, and a key does not open things as well. So, Candace, get the program.
Look, women don't carry I say women don't carry pocket knives, and I don't.
There's some
carry a
snuff
pocket
dippers
knife.
out there, and I'm
Yeah.
telling you, I would bet
There
you
he is.
money that
There
they
he
carry a
is.
pocket knife.
There he is.
There's Fred again.
Yeah, Fred's in here. We got live. You know, you can't. When you go live, you just don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't know where he come from. We got boot dryers at the farm supply tumblers, disinfectant for anything that you might have. Also, let's see here, Mobucks apparel and T-shirts, boots, and that's one of the handiest things, being comfortable with what you do all day, being on your feet. You got to have a comfortable pair. There's Fred there.
Y'all, I hate flies. I'm sorry, I do.
Deer feeders and a whole lot more. Of course, your licks, you can get all of that. From cold days to deer to heaters, and of course those deer cameras, as I was trying to spit out in too big of a hurry there, with SD cards, and also all of your film there that you can get shot to your phone if you need some wheat. Yeah, they still got that. And of course, all your fertilizer, corn, horse cattle feed, gun scopes, and ammo. The Lauderdale County Farm Supply. Drop in and see them today. They'll help you in any way they can at the Lauderdale County Farm Supply.
During these challenging times, there are some things that you can count on every day. One of them is that Rick Justice Automotive will work hard to help you find just the right vehicle. Rick Justice has late model, low mileage vehicles and 72-month, 72,000-mile warranties available on all vehicles. Come see us today, and we'll show you how we've been helping your friends and relatives find the car, truck, or SUV that was right for them. We will earn your business.
What you missed during that commercial break is Candace fighting the fly.
Look, I had this thing. I'm like ready to beat it.
Flies are one of the most annoying things that there ever was.
Yeah.
Without a doubt. So let's get things going with some with the top news stories of the day. Let's see. It was back on this date. Born was Sam Phillips, and we all know him from Elvis Presley. Of course, he had a lot to do with Johnny Cash, Jerry Lee Lewis, all of them. The height of success there in Memphis, Tennessee. Anything you want to add to that?
No.
You had that look like you didn't have nothing to say.
No, I'm just watching the fly.
Beale Street.
Yeah.
It was.
I do remember this Kenny Rogers song.
Oh yeah, and of course, 1980 it was number one. Later, it became a movie, and of course, that really kicked off several movies. The Gambler, all of that stuff that he had.
I liked Kenny Rogers, though. I
He-
grew up listening to him and Conway Twitty and.
That was his heyday in those 80s there. You remember the movie Six Pack, where he adopts the 6 kids? He's a race driver.
Yeah, I do. I do remember it, but I mean, I can't remember good details of it because it's been so long.
The
since
song
I
from
saw
it was "Love Will Turn You Around." I don't know if you know. Yeah, I'm
No,
not getting it.
I know the song. I mean, I do.
It was 1933 that they began construction on the Golden Gate Bridge. Pretty big deal. There was a few people that lost their lives. Of course, safety was not what it is now back then, but that was Fred over here.
Look, if I break out with a book over here beating on Scotty Ray,
Me and the Fly. It was also 1998 that Sonny Bono was killed in a skiing accident. And if you'll remember back, he started out with Sonny and Cher, and then they divorced, and he became a big-time lawmaker.
Yeah, he was in politics and all that. But I do remember when he passed away. That was awful on a skiing trip that he was on.
And and I don't know why more people aren't. I can't ski. I've never been in my life. Never been around that much snow.
I've never tried to snow ski. I have not. This fly must be attracted to like our voice because he's like right here.
It's too funny.
I don't even know if they can look.
He's on my hand. Oh well. Fred the Fly. It was. I did not know this, but it was. Let's pull this up where everybody gets it. 1643, the first divorce in America was granted. Believe it or not. And what happened was, what was his name there? If I can find it, Dennis Clark. He decided that he liked this other woman a little bit better. And he ran off.
Sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry.
Not like a
It landed on my nose.
I don't know where this come from.
I don't either. It just like appeared.
Yeah. But anyway, he ran off with a woman and told the judge that he didn't care for his first wife, that he could have her back, and they granted his wife the divorce since he had started a whole new family there without her. In local news, it looks like Weston Linderman will run as an independent for mayor of Meridian, Mississippi.
I knew he was going to run for mayor. I didn't know what, if it was going to be.
Because he's listed as a Democrat right now, if I'm not mistaken. Will in the end he win? Who knows? It's all up to you, the voters, to decide that. And maybe nobody will get him in between now and then.
Yeah. Is there any more? I mean, has he had any other issues?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. And I'm not sure. We don't know the whole truth about that.
Yeah,
it don't make sense. I'll say that.
That's scary, to think that
sometimes
you got a fear for your life. Or
sometimes it can be an imaginary thing. It could be a stunt. We don't. There's a lot of things done in politics that are done to get your name out there, to where people go, "Oh yeah, that's that guy. I feel sorry for him." Yeah. I'm not saying that happened. I'm just saying that could be. That's how. Strategies or elections are won and lost.
Stuff like that does happen. I don't know in this case if that would be. I wouldn't think it would be. I mean, he's
running for mayor.
Good luck to everybody that's running for mayor.
It's just him and Percy, I think, unless there's another one that I don't know about.
Somebody else that stepped into the race.
Now, here's something new that Mississippi is doing, and they're doing this, a wild hog program. Now, it's not available in Lauderdale County yet, but it is available in Adams, Amite, Claiborne, Copiah, Franklin, Jefferson, Lincoln, Pike, and Wilkinson. Now, what this does, and it's pretty much like you've been seeing to where people go out and you rent or buy a hog pen, the state of Mississippi provides all of this to you, and it just has several restrictions. You can Google it and find out all the information about it, but it's a free charge to Mississippi. You just have to sign up for it and get your name on the list.
So did they set the pen up and they trap them, or they give you?
You do. Okay. You drive over. They provide the trailer with the pen. You drive it to your house, drop it off. You have to show to them that the hogs were killed. You can't keep them live. It's several. I read through it, but they provide all of that. The pen. You have to have your own cell phone to where it'll have that connection to where you can drop the gate.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask, because I know the people who independently go and do this, it's their business now. I mean, they have to,
but this will definitely cut into a few of those.
Yeah, that would. So I don't. And is it a free service? Did you say?
Yes,
it is a free service. Yeah, that's definitely going to cut into it, because I know that the people who do it for a living they charge.
But and you got to remember, it's a government program. Most things like that are hard to get on the list. They only have so many, and so if you want something done, you do it yourself.
Yeah, if you want it done today, you better call somebody that does it for a living,
Right. And I didn't know this. Who else knew this? That Jackson, Mississippi has a no chase policy. Now, I understand if there's high traffic and you've got somebody you're chasing that could cause harm, you back off a little bit. But they have a period no chase policy. The police were at that I-55 incident the other night when they were doing donuts, but they couldn't chase them.
So I wonder why they didn't block them in.
Well, I don't know. I ain't got the answers to all
Scotty
that.
Ray? Why didn't they block them in?
It's a good question.
Yeah, to me that's crazy for a no chase policy.
And if you've never seen the mayor of Jackson, there he is.
Well, I know people have gotten killed or injured or whatever by running from the police. That's happened. I know it has. But the thing is, don't do something that you're going to get. But go to jail for.
Think about that though. If you're a cop in Jackson, Mississippi, and maybe there's a clause that I don't know, but if you're sitting there and you see somebody rob the bank, they run out, they jump in the car, do you just sit there?
Yeah, and say bye.
Because that's certainly what it sounds like.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I mean, does that also mean you can't chase them on foot like 1 Adam 12 did?
I don't know. We need to look it up, I guess. Look up the no chase policy and see what it entails. I'll try to look it up today.
That's interesting. Over the holiday weekend of New Year's, there were 3 fatalities in the state of Mississippi that took lives. They wrote 6,300 tickets, and 184 folks got to go to the pokey for drinking and driving. That's a pretty good bit of people there.
That is.
So don't be drinking and driving. That's not good. People get hurt. Just not worth it there. Let's see here what other stories that we got. As we turn to some national stories, of course, we all know The Rock, big famous wrestler, then went on to become a movie star. He gave a lifelong friend a brand new truck. I think it was a $30,000, $40,000 truck he gave him. The guy took him in when he didn't have a home. His parents lost their home, and then later he tried to make it as a wrestler, failed. The guy took him in numerous times and gave him a home. AP carried the story yesterday. Cool story.
Yeah, that is sweet. That's a good thing that he did.
Anybody ever give you a car?
Well, my papa gave me my first car.
Well, there you go.
It was not the best looking car, but it was free, and I appreciated it.
Nothing wrong with that. Okay, here's the most bizarre story that you're going to hear today, or yesterday. It came out late yesterday. She is not dead. Tanya Roberts, who was on, what was it?
70s.
That 70s show, also the show with Farrah Fawcett, Charlie's Angels. she's not dead. The publicist talked to this guy that's down here on the bottom here and said that he had got to see his wife for the very last time, meaning the hospital had let him in. They had told him that they thought she might pass away.
So that was her husband?
Well, not particularly. She was married for 32 years and her husband died. She started dating this little guy here for the last 15 years. Now, some don't add up. I mean, do you see her dating him?
Yeah, that does not look like a match.
It doesn't.
If you look in,
Love is
not
blind.
everybody. Yeah, not everybody looks like they go together. Obviously, and they can be madly in love. But
was this a stunt on his part to get her name? I don't know. But the way he worded it was when he talked to the publicist, he just said that, hey, I saw her for the last time. He was upset, crying. And the publicist took it that she passed away from that conversation and ran with the story. I would think there would be safeguards to make absolutely sure
right
before you release to everybody and their brother that she had passed away.
But you said she still is in.
Yeah, she's still in the hospital,
Yeah.
But she hasn't passed
From
away.
COVID.
Yeah. No. They don't know. She was walking her dog and fell out.
Oh, okay.
And they don't know what happened to her. But she does not have COVID, but they don't know what caused it, stroke, heart attack, and they hadn't released any of that. So, well, there you go. Do you believe in coming back from the dead?
I've heard of a lot of crazy things. I've heard of people being taken to a funeral home and they really weren't dead, and that
happened not long ago.
Yeah, that's scary. Put a mirror under my nose.
Make sure ain't something going on.
I ain't breathing before you haul me off somewhere.
Well, it happened to, I think she was 1958, Miss Virginia. They called the family. Of course, you can't go with somebody who has COVID. You can't go to the hospital now. They won't let you in there.
Yeah.
And they called them at home and said, hey, your wife has passed away. The family starts calling everybody. 10 minutes later, they call them back and go, whoa, she's really alive. We're sorry. And upset them. But she did, from what the hospital said, give no signs of life. And then a few minutes later, she started blinking and came back. How you and that fly over there?
The fly's about to breathe his last breath.
So as we keep hearing these stories about the phone call with Trump and the Georgia Secretary of State, who leaked it, and it's out now that the Georgia State guy, the Secretary of State, leaked the phone call. He gave parts of the phone call out, made Trump mad, so Trump releases the entire phone call to show that it really wasn't what this guy was trying to make it to be.
Yeah.
So it's out there if you want to hear it.
People are so crooked. I mean, they got crooked people everywhere.
And it just goes to show that, again, in America, it's not just Democrats that dislike that man. It is still a lot of Republicans that don't like him. They played the game for 4 years because they wanted something. They made it look like in front of people where they could get your votes and all of that.
Oh, yeah.
They hate him with a deep passion because he upset their little red cart and didn't give them what they wanted.
Well, all these Democrats that, were promised all this stuff too, by the people, by Biden and by Harris and stuff. I mean, I feel like they're going to see, they're going to see, they're not going to get everything that they were promised.
Well, let's back up on that. But it's the voter won't. But the people behind the scenes, the good old boy system, you do me this favor, I'll do you that. They get what they want, and that's why they remain in power in those cities. And we all know what goes on. Whether it's a Republican, whether it's a Democrat, it's a good old boy system behind the scenes.
Well,
and they work together in those aisles behind you.
Well, I know there's a lot of speculation, too, about stuff that's been going on. We don't know facts, but there's speculation that there's possible blackmail has gone on to some people. I'm sorry, y'all. This is crazy. That like flew up my nose. I mean, he was like at my nose.
We'll have to defly the studio tomorrow.
If you could pause the screen, you could probably hear me tearing the studio apart.
But, of course, there's blackmail, they're saying, on both sides of this for people to vote the way they want to. And that's how laws are done. You take Hunter Biden's computer out there. There's stuff on there probably they don't want, and somebody's got their hands on it that will come into play and go, Biden,
well,
you want me to show this?
They're going to try to prosecute the guy who put the computer out there. Yeah, the business owner that said that he had the computer, or they're trying to put him through the ringer.
So there you go. That's what the stories are today. Now, this guy also plays into that. Julian Assange. The UK will not extradite him to the United States. He has a bunch of stuff on a whole lot of people, and there's people that want him gone from the face of the earth. And so the UK is not going to release him.
Well, there's another attorney, and he's a Georgia attorney, I think, that has put a lot of this stuff out there that's that he claims there's a lot of blackmail going on. He claims that he has
The proof.
factual information that is to be released if something happens to him. That it is several people he has given this information to that is supposed to, like, if something is, because he says that he fears for his life. He thinks
sure.
that, you know, because
Lynn Wood, is that his name?
Lynn Wood, yes.
If you want to
is
look up
this
what he's saying.
Is this attorney. And some of it sounds like it's way far-fetched and way out there, but there's a lot of people who say this stuff has happened. And there was an actor or something that I didn't recognize the name of, but supposedly they said he committed suicide a while back, jumped off a bridge or something.
And really didn't?
Well, it's speculation that he didn't, you know.
Gotcha.
Because he knew a lot of this stuff and had been putting some stuff out there, and then he come up dead.
Well,
So,
in America, has that happened? I think we all know it has.
yeah.
It's,
So, who knows? We don't know the facts, but
that's just what's out
yeah,
there
we're just,
right now.
it is out there if you want to look it up.
They say in America only 4.3 million Americans have taken the vaccine so far. That's not a lot of people. They were wanting to say 20 million would have it by the end of December. A lot of folks are hesitant. Also, the government has been a little bit slow of getting this to the people. I'm not going to fight anybody over anything like that.
Yeah.
They say don't drink before or after taking this vaccine because it can have some bad side effects to you.
I don't.
Food
It
for
says
thought
it
there.
changes the makeup of the microorganisms that live in the gut.
So, whoo. So
That's crazy.
be careful there. Don't be
Yeah.
drinking and taking you a vaccine.
You know, and I told you, I spoke with somebody yesterday who had taken the vaccine yesterday, and I said, "Oh, is your arm sore?" And they said, "No, my arm's not sore." But even though I've heard that it will make your arm sore, but they said that they had some heart palpitations after taking
Where it
it.
beat fast.
Yeah, but it calmed down, you know. But and they said that they were told that could happen. So, you know.
I don't think they still know the side effects from any of this stuff just
Yeah,
yet. All of it anyway.
I don't think they do either. But
Well, guess who's out of the ICU? He's not out of the hospital, but looking better for him. 87, 10 or 12 wives later, he's still kicking. Larry King. He's got people to support, so he needs to be alive.
yeah.
They don't want anything to happen to him. So Larry King is doing a little bit better. That is good news for him. Now, this is where things could get scary for America because usually what's happening in another country is coming to us eventually, and they're going on the toughest lockdown they've had in England to yet. All indoor household mixing is banned. Schools are shut down till mid-February at least. Meeting one other person allowed outdoors. That's it. Non-essential retail is closed. Takeaway alcohol banned. Wonder what that is.
Take away alcohol.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. Now,
I guess
churches stay open.
Maybe like if you're in I guess you couldn't be in a bar if all this other stuff is in.
I guess they were. I guess at one point they were allowing to where you could drive up and they hand it to you like
Okay.
a sidewalk pickup.
Yeah, I know some people will walk out of a bar with like a cup of alcohol.
Well, they
or
passed that
something, or
law in
beer.
Meridian where you
Yeah.
could float around downtown with an open
You
cup.
can walk like open container law or
Yeah.
whatever. So
Huh. Oh well.
maybe that's takeaway alcohol. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see. But it's getting rough over there. And usually what happens there, lawmakers here will follow. So we don't know what is happening in 21 yet. But that new strand is vicious from everything we read. And I tend to believe them now on that
Yeah.
it is bad.
Yeah.
Heartbreaking stories across America as we go to Texas. A 15-year-old beat his mother to death. And what caught him, he went on about his business, and they pulled the home video, and he was arrested for what he done. The dad called the cops. They come and got him. Why? You hear of sometimes grades calls that, and I don't
Yeah.
know. But
That's awful.
maybe too many video games, and that's speculation. I don't know that.
Yeah.
Just a thought.
I was thinking last night, a lot of these, you hear about a lot of adults who commit these crimes and like will beat their children and kill their children, and children a lot of times will show a lot of these tendencies when they're young, so I
Get
mean,
help.
if you see something early on, you need to address it early on, because
Don't put it off.
That's right, because a lot of people, maybe don't want to address it because they might be embarrassed or something. You got to kind of swallow that pride on all that and do something about it, because he could be a mentally ill child,
Right.
Because I mean, somebody that's in their right mind, I wouldn't think would do something like that.
No, true.
But anyway,
Paul Thorne, I don't know if you know who I'm talking. You know who Paul Thorne is? Mississippi artist, singer. He wrote a song called "I'd Rather Be a Hammer Than a Nail," and he was referring to things. And he said after his girlfriend cheated on him 187 times, he realized that she was going to do it. So she cheats. She's going to keep on.
yeah,
Just a small thought.
yeah, I would think.
It
yeah.
was a funny song. You would have had to have heard it. As we go to our next story, maybe you like these. The Samsung Galaxy is to be unveiled on January the 14th, the new one. Now, when I had my heart attack, I had 2 of these. I dropped it and broke 2 brand new phones of these. Wouldn't work. I've dropped my iPhone 25 times. It's still kicking. So I'm not going back to the Galaxy due to that.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I've had both too, but I prefer the iPhone too.
Now, the Galaxy is pretty cool that you can put any music on there on a SD card, drop it in, and play what you want. It's got some features I like, but it just did not, in my opinion, not as tough.
To me, it's easier to navigate an iPhone than
Yeah,
it is
I agree
a
with that.
Galaxy. For me, so because I'm not real savvy when it comes to
Nah,
computers
none of us
and all
are.
that stuff. So anyway,
In other news, you remember the preacher who was shot and killed? They've got the suspect in jail now. This is a picture of him being escorted in. And again, the preacher, they got into a fight with the preacher's gun. He took it from the preacher, and the preacher was killed. He is in custody now. 21-year-old, do you pronounce that Matrez? How do you say that name? Matrez Woolen. I maybe get the last name
Yeah.
there, but he is in custody, of course, until proven guilty. Did you have this toy as a kid? Tell me.
I did, and I don't know about all y'all, but and people who say you did not take the stickers off, I took the stickers off and said, "Look what I did."
Oh, did you?
Oh yeah, I had mastered that thing.
I never owned one. I never had this as a kid, but I did play with a couple other people's, but I never did figure it out.
I could get on my own without taking the stickers off. I could get 2 sides
Without
fully
the stickers.
colored. Yeah, 2 sides. That was it. But I never got it all the way done unless I took the stickers off.
450 million of these have been sold. They're going to make a movie about it now, and I guess his claim to fame.
Well, I remember, if I can remember correctly, me and my stepbrother had this contest going on.
Yeah.
Who could get all of them done at one time. That's when I took my stickers off.
So, yeah, that's how you won, huh? Let's see here what else we've got in the news today. As we go back to, this is a pretty neat story of a cancer doctor that was retiring. He had 200 patients that, for whatever reason, couldn't pay their bill. He wiped the slate clean for them, totaling up to $650,000. And I'm sure that was
That was a very nice
Yeah.
gesture.
greatly appreciated for those people who had been through some hard times. Murder or suicide, and listen to the story of how this comes about. Me and you went over this a while ago. We read through it. This lady is found dead. The windows to her house is locked. She's handcuffed with the handcuffs behind her back with a bag over her head. And they're saying it's suicide.
Yeah.
How do you do all of that? Lock the doors, windows, and put the bag over your head and handcuff yourself?
Yeah, that's crazy. I don't see how that could even remotely be
It
seen
do-
as a suicide.
It doesn't make sense, does it? So that's in the news. So you decide if you think that's real or not. Let's see here. What else we got today? And I don't know where to
Oh.
go with this. Fred bothering you.
Oh, my nose again.
The D.C. mayor,
Lord.
as people descend upon Washington tomorrow for the count, on the 6th and 7th they'll be counting. She has called in the National Guard ahead of protests that she thinks is going to happen. We'll see what happens. And, of course, they burned the city,
Yeah.
and she wasn't real interested in calling in the National Guard. So I wouldn't think that the people that are coming are going to be in support of him are going to be the trouble. It could be the people that come to bother them.
Yeah.
We'll see. Now, however you feel on this, gas and natural gas puts a lot of Americans to work. It was very strong in the last 4 years. Look here what Massachusetts is proposing. California's already done it. They're going to ban all gas-powered brand new cars by the year 2035. You can keep an old one, but you would not be able to buy a new car to force you into buying an electric car.
I think it's crazy that they're trying to force people into doing anything like that. Like, you know, I know the Biden administration, they're claiming that they want everybody to be more energy efficient. They want their homes to be re-insulated and all this kind of stuff.
Green New Deal thing.
Yeah, I mean, how are people going to afford to do that? I mean, is the government going to pay for that? Like, I mean, most, you know, tax-paying Americans are struggling just to do small repairs on their homes.
Replace your carpet in a room that you've had for 15 years. You know, that's a lot out of your budget.
Wall. I mean, just little
doors.
things. Yeah. I mean, so how are people supposed to replace their cars and do all that? You know, I just think unless they're going to do big incentives from the government, I don't know.
Which would put us further in debt.
Right. So
Boy.
It's crazy.
So
I'm anxious to see what they're going to say about fracking, what they're going to actually do about stuff like that.
you know it's going to be some backtracking.
Oh, yeah.
It's like the other never happened.
Yeah.
As we turn to the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville, your friend Joe Williams and his gang there will help you out with strawberries. I'm not a big strawberry eater, but I know that there's tons of people that love it.
I like strawberries.
Dipped in, you can take it, dip it in chocolate. That's, you know, what's that? There's a store downtown that does that dips stuff and all of that. People love strawberries.
I like it in cream cheese. And
Cream cheese?
Like cream cheese and marshmallow cream, I think you
Really?
mix together, and it's really good. Yeah.
All right. Well, you can
Pretty
also
good.
get your cabbage there and dip that if you care to. Along with onions, you got to have that for all your great cooking. And, of course, black-eyed peas. And now, this is going through today at close of business, these prices, and they'll have new prices tomorrow. You can get your purple whole peas if you hadn't gotten yours yet. And these are great. Warm up quick. It's a great meal quick. Those chunky soups, 2 for $3. You can get the ketchup. Got to have that for just about everything except eggs. I know there's a few of you who do that. I don't.
I don't either.
It just looks weird.
Yeah. I don't know.
I might slap
Can't
a little
take it.
mustard on there, but...
Yeah.
As we go to the Chips Ahoy, if you got a sweet tooth for the family, 2 for $5, those Chips Ahoy. For the 10.5 ounce bag there, along with original mayonnaise there from Piggly Wiggly, 2 for $3. You can also get the Boston Butt Twin Pack, $1.19 a pound there. And bologna, always a good bologna sandwich. A little Miracle Whip, or maybe you're more of the blue plate. You can put whichever you want on there. $1.59 for that 12 ounce. And wieners, kids love hot dogs. It's American. 2 for $3 there from Brian. And also Coca-Cola products, the 6-pack, half-liter bottles. You can get those 3 for $11. And again, all at the Piggly Wiggly of Collinsville. Drop in and see Joe today. He'll help you in any way he can. Clean store. They'll carry your groceries to your car if you need a little help there.
Yes.
All happens at the Pig. All right, what are we leaving off today? Anything big, shaking that we're not aware of? Of course, Georgia is deciding.
Georgia's going to be the big story today. So if you turn on the news, it's going to just be all over the news today. So, and we just keep our fingers crossed that the voters will really turn out for the Republicans, you know, because it just doesn't need to be a full control.
Oh, yeah, if that doesn't happen,
governmental
it will
control
be
by the
a
Democrats.
sweep.
Yeah.
Anything that they want to do is done.
That's right.
We'll see. Again, thank you for watching this morning. We do appreciate it. If you've got a comment, send it to us. We'd love to hear from you. And we'll be back bright and early tomorrow. I'll have some weather for you beginning in the morning, and then we'll go live back again around 8:30.
And hopefully the fly tomorrow will be gone.
I'm going to let you take it with you.
I'm going to beat him when this camera goes off. It's going to be on.
It's on like
It's
Donkey
on.
Kong. Again.
We hope you have a wonderful day, though.
Scotty Ray's Weather is brought to you by